Cleveland Browns just made a move that will either define their season or leave them scrambling for answers, and the stakes could not be any higher right now. The name you need to know is Spencer Fano. This young man was the first offensive tackle taken in the entire draft, and the pressure on him is already immense. If he fails to hold that line, everything else on offense falls apart. We are talking about a total rebuild of the front wall designed to protect our future right now. Spencer Fano is the anchor of a massive plan that the front office has been working on for months, and they actually got creative to make it happen. You see, the team originally held the 6th overall pick, but they decided to play a high-stakes game with the Kansas City Chiefs, and they moved down to the 9th spot. This allowed them to pick up extra assets in the 3rd and 5th rounds while still staying inside the top 10 to get their man. It was a risky strategy, but it paid off because Fano was still there when they turned in the card. This kid is coming out of Utah with a huge reputation as the best tackle in this class, and he is expected to step in and play immediately. If this really happens, everything changes for us, so subscribe now so you do not miss the next update on how this roster is shaking out. The reality is that the Browns had huge holes to fill at tackle, and they did not wait around to see what would be left later. They identified the top lineman on the board, and they went out and got him to ensure our quarterback stays upright. This is not just about one rookie, because the team has been busy spending money and trading for veterans all through the spring. We have seen moves for guys like Elgton Jenkins and Zion Johnson to solidify the middle of that line. The goal is clear, and that is to create a wall that no defense can break through. When you look at the names we have brought in, it is obvious that the philosophy has shifted. We are moving away from being a team that just hopes the line holds to a team that demands dominance in the trenches. This draft pick is the final piece of that puzzle, and it shows that the coaching staff is tired of seeing our plays get blown up in the backfield. If Fano can translate his college success to the pro level, we are looking at a completely different offense this year. It is a bold move that signals we are in win-now mode, and there is no room for error when you use a top 10 pick on a lineman. The focus is entirely on how this young man fits into the vision of our new offensive coordinator, Todd Monken. We have seen the flashes of greatness from this player during his time at Utah, where he became a unanimous All-American and won the prestigious Outland Trophy. He started his career at left tackle as a freshman, which is almost unheard of at that level of competition, but then he moved over to the right side where he really found his stride. This versatility is exactly why the front office is sweating right now, because they need him to be perfect from day one. There is a massive gap between being a star in college and holding off elite NFL pass rushers who are faster and stronger than anyone he has ever faced. We have seen talented players come into this league with all the awards in the world only to struggle when the lights get bright and the pressure starts mounting. The transition to the NFL is brutal for offensive linemen because there is nowhere to hide if you miss a block or lose your balance. Todd Monken wants to establish a dominant run game similar to what he built in Baltimore, and that requires a tackle who can move people against their will. Tension in the building is real, because if this rookie cannot handle the speed of the professional game, the entire plan for the season starts to crumble. We are asking a lot of a kid who just turned pro, and the history of the league is filled with top picks who could not adjust fast enough. He has the feet and the demeanor of a starter, but the physical toll of a full NFL season is a different beast entirely. Every veteran in that locker room knows that their success depends on how well the front line performs. If the protection breaks down, then the plays Monken has designed will never have a chance to develop. This is the ultimate test of scouting versus reality. We know the talent is there, but the question is whether the maturity and the strength are ready for the war that happens in the trenches every Sunday. The fans are hopeful, but the insiders are watching every rep with a mix of excitement and genuine concern for the future. This situation matters more than anything else because the health of the entire team depends on this rebuilt line. If the front wall does its job, then this could help them win more games than we have seen in years, because a strong line makes everyone else look better. When a quarterback has time to throw, he can find his receivers and make the big plays that change the outcome of a game. When the running backs have holes to run through, the offense can stay on the field and keep the defense rested. It is a simple formula that leads to winning football, and it all starts with the move we just made in the draft. If the line is weak, then the whole season is at risk of falling apart before it even really begins. We cannot afford to have a revolving door at the tackle position like we have seen in the past. This is about stability and creating an environment where the offense can thrive without constantly being under fire. The investment we have made in the offensive line is staggering when you look at the draft picks and the money spent in free agency. It shows that the leadership understands that games are won and lost in the trenches, and they are not willing to gamble with a subpar unit any longer. A dominant line can hide a lot of other weaknesses on a roster, but a poor line will expose every single flaw. That is why the addition of a top-tier tackle is the most important development of the offseason. It gives us a real chance to compete with the best teams in the division who always have strong pass rushes. If we can neutralize those threats, then the sky is the limit for what this team can achieve. Fans should be feeling a sense of relief that the team finally prioritized the most important part of the offense. We are no longer just hoping for the best, we are building a foundation that is designed to last and to protect our most valuable assets on the field. This move tells the rest of the league that we are serious about being a physical team that can dictate the pace of the game. Let us look at the two paths this could take, because the contrast is absolutely massive for the future of the franchise. In the best-case scenario, we have just drafted a cornerstone player who will anchor the right side of our line for the next decade. Imagine a world where this rookie steps in and looks like a seasoned veteran from the very first snap. He shuts down the best pass rushers in the league and opens up massive lanes for our running game. In this scenario, the offense becomes unstoppable, and we finally have the protection we need to make a deep playoff run. The move to trade down and still get the top tackle would be hailed as a stroke of genius by the front office. But if it fails, the consequences are devastating. If the rookie is overwhelmed and cannot handle the pressure, then our quarterback is going to be under constant duress. We could see injuries and a lack of rhythm that stalls the entire season. The money spent on other veterans would feel like a waste if the tackle position remains a liability. This is the emotional tension that every fan is feeling right now, because we have been down this road before. We have seen high draft picks fail to live up to the hype, and it sets the team back for years. The margin for error is razor thin in the NFL, and a mistake at the top of the draft is hard to recover from. That is why this decision is such a gamble. If it works, we are contenders, but if it blows up in our face, we are back to square one with more questions than answers. The pressure is not just on the player, but on the coaches to make sure he is ready for the challenge. We are all waiting to see which version of this story comes true. The excitement of a new star is balanced by the fear of another missed opportunity. It is a high-stakes game that will define the era of this coaching staff. We want to believe that the plan is solid, but the reality of the game is unpredictable, and that is what keeps us all on the edge of our seats. The Cleveland Browns have completely transformed their offensive line in a matter of weeks, and it all comes down to how this rookie tackle performs under fire. We have seen the veterans brought in, and the draft capital spent to ensure this unit is the strongest it has been in a generation. But the ultimate success of this plan rests on the shoulders of a young man who has never played a professional snap. It is a bold and aggressive strategy that shows the team is done with making excuses for poor protection. Be honest with yourself and tell me, would you trust a rookie in this situation to protect the future of the franchise? It is a question that every fan is asking as we look toward the start of the season. I want to hear your thoughts, so join the debate in the comments and tell me if you think this line is finally fixed. Make sure you like and subscribe so you do not miss any of our deep dives into the Browns' journey this year. This isn't just a move for today, it's a decision that will define this team for years.